Hello, it's Diane, and as you can see, I have several journals here. This is what I've been working on for Christmas presents. 3 of these are Christmas presents, and 1 is for me. These are Harry Potter themed journals, and I had decided to make one for my oldest granddaughter and my oldest grandson, and then I realized that my stepdaughter wanted one. So I decided to make her one, and I figured I want one too, so I might as well do 4. So they have much of the same papers and things in them. So I'll show you one, and then maybe I'll go through another one quickly, but I won't show you all of them. They are all different, but there are many elements that are the same. These are the digital papers that I used. I used From Dreams, etc. on Etsy. I use Wizard's World envelopes, Wizard's World ephemera pack, Wizard's World paper pack 2, and paper pack 4. And then from this Etsy, I'm not sure if it's French, mon bonbon, but I used Harry Potter themed background papers. I also used some images that I found on Google and through Pinterest. So I'll show you my journal, and then I'll show you one of the kids' journals. So this is the last one that I did, and this one is for me. I used, well, on the first 3 I had this kind of like a canvas fabric that someone had sent me in a swap that we did. And I stitched all around it to keep it, because it frays very easily. But I stitched all around it to prevent the fraying, and then glued it down. And what do I want to say? Oh, it also has Tyvek underneath it. But I ran out of that, and then I had this piece of canvas, a 12 by 12 piece of canvas that I had gotten from Stampin' Up! Years and years ago and never did anything with. And so this was a lot whiter than that, so I rubbed some ink on it. So each book has 3 signatures. Each book is constructed out of chipboard. I normally use vintage book covers or hardback book covers as my covers. But with these, I didn't have enough of the right size, so I made them all out of a nice chipboard that was given to me. I got a pack of 12 by 12 chipboard given to me. And then there's a chipboard spine, and then there's Tyvek to give it support, and then the canvas fabrics. And mine has some trim on it. And I did a video when I made the paper for the covers. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time thinking about what I want to say. It's late tonight, and I've had a lot going on with some health issues with my parents. But anyway, I did a video showing how I made this paper. This is genuine dragon hide, just in case you were wondering. Or else it's crumpled up brown paper. So anyway, I'll post a video after this video gets posted. And then these are ephemera pieces from the Dreams, etc. that I put on here. And, oh, I don't have it right here. This part, the private diary, this was a free printable that somebody did and put on the Junk Journal Junkies site so that we could use it and have it. And it has like a squiggly frame around it, and I just cut around it and Mod Podged everything together here on the front. This part here I cut off of the edge because this was too wide to fit on here, so I cut the ends off, and then I fussy cut these pieces out and just glued them on to fill in that corner. So let's go inside. Some of the elements are the same in all of the books, and then there are many things that are different, but we all have a pocket like this in the front and a acetate pocket. So inside my pocket is one of the digital pages that I cut, and just included as a journaling spot. And a platform 9 3/4 ticket. This came from a either Google or Pinterest search. This is a tag that I stamped, and the story begins in this vintage book. And we all have one of these, Ministry of Magic Visitor Badge. I want to laminate these. I thought that would be really nice if I could laminate them, but I don't have a laminator, so I have to do something. I have a friend who might be able to do that, or I'll have to take it somewhere. And then this identity card I thought was really cool. If you're familiar with the movies, you know who that is. And so I just folded it and stuck it in there so that my identity card is in the front of my book. So each book has 3 signatures, and on the first page of each signature I stitched all the way around just for interest. I used black thread all throughout. This is one of the Dreams Etc. pages. And here's one of the Dreams Etc. pages that I just cut and stitched this spell book image on. And it's a pocket. And this is one of the ephemera pieces. I cut off a piece of this. It was a longer piece, but it's a savings bond from the bank. This was from a Pinterest search. There were quite a few of different educational decrees. Again, if you're familiar with the movies or the books, you'll know about these. So I have these in a few different sizes, and they're used in different ways throughout the journals. There's some stenciling. This one has ink around the edges. Here's a little map printed on parchment paper. This is one of the ephemera pieces, and I cut that in half. This is an old stamp that I have. Oh, and I didn't coffee dye the printables. This is one of the background papers, which those background papers came out quite dark, so and you can't see the detail very much, so I wasn't real happy with them. I like the Dreams Etc. ones, but maybe it's my printer, I don't know. I couldn't get it to print in lighter with more contrast or whatever. But maybe it's just because I don't know how to do that. But anyway, I did try to coffee dye some papers because I was able to do it before, but now I didn't buy HP ink when I replaced the ink in my printer. I bought something compatible, but it's not the HP, so maybe that made the difference. And it just bled. This one, the color just bled right out of it. So I just used some sprays on the pages instead of coffee dyeing them. And then this is printer paper, and it looks like scroll, so I thought that was good to use. I had a pack of this, so each of the journals has quite a few pages of that. And this is a sticky pad, so I thought that was good. I stitched around it and stitched it on as a pocket, and this is a printable from Google or Pinterest. This is another sticky note, and this is a printable that I found online, and I stitched around that. It's printed on parchment. This is just glued to some paper for journaling. And I got a page of quotes that I could cut out from my Google search. There's a stamp of owls. This is the Dreams Etc. paper. This is part of the Dreams Etc. paper, and I fussy cut that image out and glued it on. I have some chess pieces stamped, and that's from either the first or second book. I think it's the first. And the Hogwarts Express 9 3/4, and that's stitched on as a pocket. Another couple of tickets, and I also had some paperback books my daughter-in-law gave me because she replaced her paperbacks with hardcovers, and she had cut things out of the paperbacks, but she gave me the rest of them. So I used images and chapter titles to decorate some of the tags. This is a piece from the Dreams Etc. and so is this, the owl. And this is a stencil. Now, to avoid copyright problems, she didn't use Harry Potter or Hogwarts or anything in her collection. So her collection is Wizard's World. So the ink or the wax seals have a W for Wizard's World. But I like those as a decorative element. This is a little... I searched on Google for movie images, so I got him on there. This is the Dreams Etc. envelope pack. So there's an envelope in the center of each signature, and I love the way these envelopes are designed. They're so beautiful. This is part of the Dreams Etc. paper too. Page of Wands. There's some stamping. Ledger paper here. This is part of the Dreams Etc. ticket. I think you'll see the rest of that ticket elsewhere in the book. This is from Dreams Etc. ephemera. And this, there are different designs and different sizes of this, so you'll see them. And there's one of the proclamations that I printed on parchment paper. Another chess piece. Here's one of the images I found on Google. I printed him on glossy, on photo paper. And this, there was a sheet of the symbols of the different houses of Hogwarts. And so I would cut each one out. So there are 4 houses, and each book has all 4 of those houses emblems in the book, and I used seam binding that matched. And somebody had sent me this pair of glasses paperclip, apparently, because I know I didn't buy it, and I found it with my paper clips. So there was only one. It's in my book. Sorry, kids. Here's the large red ticket. I showed you the other piece of red right there that got cut off. Right, it was that piece. So I printed this several times. I like that piece. Of course, I had to print everything several times because I did 4 books. Here's another image from the book. This is from, oh dear, I was going to look that up. I don't remember. I'll have to put that in the comments below, but it was a page of 8 owl cards, and I had already purchased this digital page because I love owls and I want to do an owl journal. And then I thought they would be a really good addition to the Harry Potter book. So we each have some of these owls in our journals. So I'll make sure I put down in the description where they came from. Here's one of the pages that I tried to copy dye, so the color got leached out of it, but it makes a nice little pocket. There's an inventory tag and this little sheet about Quidditch, the Wizard's game. This is a bunch of potion labels. And so I glued them down and then I stitched this side down. And here is a vellum pocket with a couple more potion labels, the little pot right there. And then this book cover I found from Google, and I just turned it into a little booklet. So it's Advanced Potion Making. And that's the first signature. So I'll be back with part 2 for the other signatures.